Hi friends, welcome to my little corner of the internet where we talk about all things self-improvement and most recently this fitness journey that has been kicking my butt. Okay, let me ask you this. Tell me if you've been here. Have you ever wanted to lose weight or you had some sort of fitness goal and you try, you might lose like that first 5 pounds, but then you get tired, unmotivated, lack of discipline gets to you, whatever the case is, and boom, you gain back more than 5 pounds, like 7, 10 pounds or whatever, and you're frustrated and you're just in this never-ending cycle. Y'all, I've been there. I've been there more times than I can count, and it's very, very annoying. Over the years, I've struggled with consistency and discipline, and it's something that I've been working on and I'm still working on to this day. One thing about me, I feel like it's not about how many times you fail, it's about if you keep getting up. You fall down 9 times, you get up 10. That 10th time, you never know, that could be the time that sticks. I feel like this most recent journey I've been on, I really wanted to take the time to figure out what works for me, and the key word here is for me, because I'm not no fitness coach or guru or doctor. I don't have no certifications or anything like that. This is just me expressing myself and sharing my journey with someone other than the voices in my head. So thank you guys for being here. And you know what? As much as I have struggled with consistency and discipline, this is the one thing that has worked for me. And that's insane for me to say because, like I said, I've never really been able to be consistent with anything. So for me to sit here and say that this has worked for me, that means a lot. And what this thing is intermittent fasting. And listen, apparently this is kind of like controversial. Like, I've seen people talk against it and I've seen people praise this, but this is just what works for me and I'm just sharing this with you, my friend. Anywho, so this is 3 things I've learned or experienced since consistently intermittent fasting. People talk about consistency. You hear this word being thrown around every day all the time, but what does that even mean? Like, just doing it over and over again? It's deeper than that, y'all. The reality is you're going to have to put in a lot more work than the results you're getting, if that makes sense. Like, there's this saying and it's like you're gonna have to work way more than you're getting paid for in order to get paid way more than you're working. I found that to be true in my fitness journey. You have to be comfortable with working every single day and seeing no results, but just keep going. Imagine working every single day, work out, eat clean, and do what you need to do for 30 days straight and not lose a single pound. If that means on day 31 you'd lose 10 pounds. I'm not saying that's exactly what will happen, but it be like that for real, guys. If you put in that work that you can't see, that's constantly adding up and you can't see it yet. So that's why it looks like, oh my gosh, this happened overnight, but really there were just changes happening in your body, to your mind, to your inner world, your outer world, that you can't even see yet, and you're creating that momentum. But that's where a lot of people quit, in that zone where nothing is happening. And I've heard so many people say this so many times, you have to find something deeper. Your why has to be driving you. It has to be so strong, because when you're not seeing results, you have to have a reason to keep going. If you're doing it just for the weight loss, just for the aesthetic purposes, how you look, whatever, you're gonna be like, well, what's the point of keep going, because I'm not seeing anything changing and this is uncomfortable and hard and I'm not seeing results, so what's the point? And I shifted my why, actually, because at first I was like, I just want to look good. I just vain, superficial reasons. Like, once I changed my why to I deserve to live in a body that is healthy, I deserve to do good things for myself that will sustain me throughout the rest of my life. It's a form of self-love. It's a form of pouring into yourself. It's a form of investing in yourself. Because if I know that 10 years from now, I want to be taking my kids to the park and running around with them and playing with them and going to their sports game and celebrating with them and, you know, doing all these things, I need to invest in and take care of the body that I have. You only get one body, okay? Don't let Dr. Miami fool you. I just told myself that it's time that I gave myself the love and consideration that I have usually reserved for other people. It's time I pour that into me. And that's my new why. I'm learning a lot of things about myself, and one of the things I've learned is that I find that telling myself no is much harder than telling myself later. I love a good nighttime snack, okay? After I wind down and I'm ready for bed, I be wanting to eat a whole full course meal at midnight, and that's just not good for my body. Going to bed on a really full stomach, it makes me feel sluggish and it makes me wake up bloated the next morning. When I say no, because I am very convincing, like I will convince myself right out of my diet. Like I'll be like, okay, I started my diet. Oh wait, actually I didn't get a cheat meal. You know what, actually I didn't treat myself to one last hurrah before I started my diet, so you know I should start tomorrow, so today I can indulge in my food and then tomorrow I'll eat clean. And then I tell myself the same. I'm very convincing. I'll tell myself the same thing every day, and I caught on to myself. I'm like, you know what, I'm too convincing for that, I'm too smart for that, so I need to tell myself something different. And what I've been telling myself that's worked is later. My eating window is between the hours of 12 p.m. noon and 8 p.m. and that's perfect. So I get my 3 meals and I eat sustainably, nutritious, great meals. Even if I want a snack or something not so good for me, I'll have it during that time, and then I have the time outside of that to burn it off and give my body a break from not constantly eating. So it'll be like midnight and I'm like, oh my gosh, I really want like a bag of chips or a burger or like some fries or something crazy. But then telling myself no, I just hyper fixate on it. I've read people having the same experiences where I think they call it food noise, where you just can't stop thinking about a craving you're having, and it just like, it's so overwhelming to the point where you give in and you just eat it. And it's like not having that self-control or that discipline to stop yourself. And it's kind of very disheartening because it's like you can't help it but indulge. So I combat that by telling myself later. Like even if I want like a snack, I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna have that with my lunch tomorrow. And that's like, the sooner I go to sleep, the sooner I can wake up, the sooner it'll be time to be lunchtime and I can have it then. So not telling myself no, but just telling myself later, that has shifted things tremendously, because now I feel like, okay, I'm not telling myself no, so I don't have to convince myself that I need it right now. I can tell myself, you know what, I can wait. It'll still be there. It's not going anywhere. It'll still be there in the morning, it'll still be there in the afternoon, it'll still be there after 12 o'clock. And that has worked wonders, because now when I am hyperfixating on a food in the middle of the night, instead of convincing myself I need it right now, then and there, I just wait till the next day. You know what's so crazy? Half of the time the next day I don't even want it anymore. I forget all about it. Isn't that something? Because it's usually something unhealthy anyways. So the next day I'm already over it. Like my taste buds have shifted to something different. Like I moved on or whatever. So that has been a big plus. I have found that intermittent fasting has made me a way more mindful eater. Having a structured time of when I eat, my eating window is about 8 hours, and having my 3 meals in that and my snacks has made me not feel the need to eat out of boredom or eat past when I'm full. Like sometimes I wouldn't even be hungry. I'd just be watching TV and I'm bored and I just want something to munch on, and I'm not even hungry. I didn't care if it provided nutritional value to my body or not. I just wanted to put something in my mouth. So since intermittent fasting, I don't feel the need to do that anymore. Like my body has gotten used to eating at a certain time, and then when it's outside of that time, I don't feel the desire to eat. Or if I do, I'm just like, oh, it's fine, I'll just eat that tomorrow. Like, oh, this will be my breakfast, this will be my lunch, this will be my dinner. I'll plan it out and I'm good. And also when I do get to my eating window, it's so crazy. I don't eat past what I need to. Before, I think this is something that develops in childhood. Did you guys have the type of parents that you weren't allowed to leave from the dinner table unless you ate all your food? My grandparents did that to me, and it was like a big huge plate of food, and it was like way too much food for a literal preteen or a teenager or whatever, and I just couldn't finish it. I was full. I wasn't being wasteful, I just couldn't eat. So being forced to eat makes you develop the mindset of like, okay, if it's on your plate, you have to eat all of it. Even if you're full, there's still food left on your plate, you need to eat all of it. So I would eat everything on my plate even if I wasn't hungry anymore, especially if it was good. I've gotten over that. I feel myself getting full, and I feel like that fasting window where I'm not eating, I feel like that really gives me time to digest my food. It kind of resets my stomach in a way. I don't know, I can't even explain it, but it's like now when I eat, I am receiving the signals to my brain from my stomach that, okay, I'm full, and I just stop eating. There's more food on the plate, that's fine. Package it up, save it for later. I don't have to eat all of this right now. And that has been such a game changer. This is kind of a bonus thing, but I feel like I have gotten used to being hungry, and I'm okay with that. I have seen people talk about how when dieting, when losing weight, you're gonna be hungry, and that's okay, and your body will adjust. But before, I wouldn't even let myself get hungry. I would eat and eat and eat because I was bored, or just because I felt like eating, or whatever the reason. I didn't even listen to those hunger cues or to those full cues, and I was just completely out of whack. So eating this way has made me sense that my body's hungry, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not gonna die. It's not the end of the world. Like, I'll drink some water and I'm good, and I can wait patiently until my next meal, or I can be okay and not have like these crazy erratic thoughts about food just because I'm hungry. I feel more in control. I feel more confident in how I'm eating, what I'm eating, and things like that. And another random side effect that I've found is that I'm not craving the same foods. Like, before, I would eat a whole bunch of processed food, a whole bunch of sugar, a whole bunch of desserts. Like, I love a sweet treat, one thing about me. And now, don't get me wrong, I love a sweet treat, but I've found myself turning things down. Like, my boyfriend will offer me like some candy or a treat, this, whatever, whatever. I'm like, no, I'm good right now. Like, not that what he's offering me, not that I don't like it, it's just I don't need it right now. Like, I just ate, I'm full, I'm good. Like, before, I was just eating things because I like how the taste is, just because I wanted it. Oh, I like that giving me, I need it in my mouth. I'm slowly but surely cutting out bad foods, and I'm trying to incorporate more vegetables, more whole foods, less processed foods, and that is always very beneficial for your health. And I'm more comfortable taking baby steps. I'm not in a rush anymore, because the goal is not to lose as much weight as fast as possible. The goal is to create habits and feel good and like I'm taking care of myself, so that I know I'm healthy and I feel healthy, and I just feel confident and happy that this is my lifestyle now. When you approach it like a lifestyle change versus just something you have to get through to get to a certain body type so you can look good, it makes the world of difference. So I encourage you guys to be mindful, listen to your body, and find what works for you, and really look into things that are sustainable, that you can do for long periods of time. I know like intermittent fasting can be controversial, but I really do feel like this is helping me build the habits that I want to have long term. I like the fact that I got my eating out of the way at 8 o'clock. Now I can focus on other things, so it's not like this voice in my ear telling me like I need to constantly be eating, or I need to make sure I have my next snack ready to go, or whatever. That has been very helpful, and I just feel so good about this time around. I'm happy that I didn't give up, and I recommitted. Recommit as many times as you need to achieve your goals, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, you're not a failure, you're not doing anything wrong. Have some grace and patience with yourself, and trust that the results will come. You're closer than you know it. Well, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you watched this whole video, leave a blue heart in the comments below. I want to see who my real ones are. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to keep seeing more videos from me. Okay, all right, I'll see you on the next video. Bye.